Road Trip for the PlayStation 2 is very easy to beat. After finishing the World Grand Prix, you are invited to take on the president in a 1v1 race, and if you win, you become the president and beat the game. Sounds pretty simple if you ask me. That's because it is. Sure, he's got a paired jet strapped to his back, but you can still beat him with parts you can get at the local stores and nothing else. There's no need to go out looking for shiny coins or better parts.
I definitely don't need...
And there is absolutely no need to use jet turbines. I mean, come on, this is way too easy. What do you even think you are? A plane? To find out how easy this can be, I decided to figure out what specific parts I needed to make the presidential race actually difficult. I started my challenge with the following parts: regular racing tires, Bluemax V2, Phantom chassis, power transmission, ×2 quick steering, and soft pad brakes. If you are familiar with this game, you can see that none of these parts are optimal, especially the engine. The Bluemax V2 is the lowest mid-tier engine in the game, ranking 9th out of the 12 engines in terms of power output. It produces 260 horsepower, making it suitable for B-rank races. However, with the right driver, this engine is more than capable of winning the majority of the game's races. But when you're faced with a senile president with jet turbines that are launching him to Mach 3, this may be too tall of an order for such an engine. Still, eager to see how this would pan out, I headed to the president's house to see what I could do. Once I got there, the guard congratulated me on the victory and invited me in. Once he opened the gate with his mind, I drove in and made my way to the president. Alright, first attempt. Let's see what we're working with here. So my first start was... okay. I took the first main curve a bit too wide, and I clipped the hairpin just a tiny bit when exiting. Nothing seriously offensive. But if I wanted any sort of chance of keeping up with the president, everything had to be perfect. Unfortunately, I'm a pretty incompetent driver. Oh hey, this is looking pretty promising. I kept it tight on the first corner, and that hairpin was really good. Now I just need to try to reel him in on the next 2 laps. After some more attempts, I realized that this setup wasn't going to cut it, so I decided to run back to the garage and switch out to the sports transmission. This transmission has a shorter gear ratio, meaning that although my top speed will be limited to 141 miles per hour, my car should accelerate a bit faster. Considering I wasn't going much faster than 141 miles per hour already, I figured it wasn't much of a compromise. With the new transmission equipped, I headed back for a rematch, hoping it would make a difference. Surprisingly, it looked promising at first. I was able to accelerate quicker and shave around a second my first attempt. The president was closer than he was in my prior attempts, so perhaps with some clean driving then I could... Never mind. Well, I guess I gotta head back and change my parts again. So it looks like the Bluemax V2 is not going to be powerful enough. If we want any reasonable chance of beating the president, we're going to have to unleash the mad. It's literally one step up from Bluemax V2. Still, this could be all we need. Oh, it looks like we might have a chance now. With the extra grunt of the Mad engine, I'm now able to hold my own in the straights, making it much easier to catch up to him in the corners. I think that with a couple more attempts, I should be able to beat the president and show that it doesn't take much to win Road Trip. There you go. It looks like you can use these parts here and still beat the president. And with that, the main story of the game is over, and I now get to enjoy my new executive powers as president of the world?